So on YouTube, we've seen pranks gone sexual, we've seen fights gone sexual, but I'm here to bring you something new. Wrestling matches going sexual. And this isn't really misleading at all because wrestling matches do get sexual. I've got a few wrestling matches here today that got very non-PG. I'm going to refrain from saying SE-actual for the rest of the video to try not get demonetized. I know I probably will, but it's worth trying. So these matches were very non-PG. Let's get right into this list. It's not really a list, it's just me going through. First of all, we have Penelope Ford versus Randy Summers. A lot of you might be familiar with this match because it has 39 million views on YouTube, which is absolutely mental. A few of you may also be familiar with Penelope Ford. If not, I'll familiarize you. She does a lot of intergender wrestling. She's a female wrestler, obviously, and she is partnered with Joey Janela. They are Janelope. She's the bad girl, Joey Janela's the bad boy, and she's also signed to AEW. She's personally one of my favorite women's wrestlers in the world. I enjoy her work. I enjoyed this match too, and I can't wait to see what she does in AEW. But let's talk about this match. So this match took place at a Matter of Pride wrestling, and basically what happens in this match is Penelope Ford just uses her looks against Randy Summers to get an advantage and distract him, basically seducing him. During the match, she finds Randy Summers staring at her breasts, which was a pretty funny moment. He was about to chop her, but he got distracted by them, which was pretty funny. Randy Summers dominates the bulk of the match and doesn't get distracted as much, but Penelope Ford does make some comeback spots. She throws his private parts into the ring post in a spot that makes me cringe when I watch it. She gives him a stink face, which Randy Summers does not want to get out of, and she bounces him away using her bum, which is a mental move. And Randy Summers does pick up the win in the end with a very inappropriate pinfall, if I say so myself. But overall, it was, it was what it was. It wasn't a technical masterpiece. It was more of a comedy match, and it achieved in what it was supposed to do by being a good comedy match. So yeah. Next up on the list, we have Scarlett, Bordeaux, and Trevor Lee. So these two wrestlers are quite big on the indie scene. In fact, Trevor Lee is actually signed to NXT. He's competing under the name Cameron Grimes, which is okay. I prefer Trevor Lee, whatever. And Scarlett Bordeaux, you might know her from Impact. Very, very good female wrestler. Another one of my favorites. Now, here's the thing with this match. This match wasn't between Scarlett Bordeaux and Trevor Lee. I have no idea if Scarlett Bordeaux was even involved in the match. I can't find what the original match type was. But what happens is Trevor Lee is in a match with someone or people, a few people. It seemed like it was a multi-man match. And Scarlett Bordeaux gets in the ring and starts making out with him. And then, honestly, the main reason why I included this on this list is because of the Canadian Destroyer that she hit. It was so damn good. Like, just look at it. It's so beautiful. So obviously the kiss itself is what makes it eligible for this list, but the Canadian Destroyer is really why I included it, because damn, that Canadian Destroyer was pretty darn beautiful. Scarlett Bordeaux does a lot of intergender. She wrestles mainly intergender on Impact. I mean, her debut was against Disco Inferno. What a sentence. Scarlett Bordeaux versus Disco Inferno. And recently she wrestled against OVE. So yeah, you should check out some of her stuff. And I'm excited to see what Trevor Lee does in NXT. That's going to be awesome. And then finally on this list, we're going to discuss pretty much every Joey Ryan match that exists out there. Joey Ryan is a very polarizing figure in wrestling. A lot of traditionalists hate him. Mainly traditionalists really hate him. But again, a lot of just normal wrestling fans don't enjoy his work. They think it's corny, unrealistic, and a joke. Whereas some people do like it. I quite like it. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of him like some people are, but I'm okay with it. I'd say I'm pretty on the fence with it. Mainly okay with it. More leaning on that side. And the reason why a lot of people aren't fans of Joey Ryan is because of his very unorthodox style and peculiar moveset that he has. He has many moves in his moveset. First of all, the dick suplex, and that word right there has got me demonetized, whatever. Basically what happens here is the female or the male, whoever he's wrestling against, basically just grabs onto his dick, but it's meant to be portrayed as the dick is grabbing onto them and flips them around, and it's called the dip suplex, of course, because the dick is suplexing them. This is the weirdest thing I've ever explained. Imagine explaining this to your grandparents. Then he has the boob suplex, of course, which is a little easier to explain. He just grabs a female's breast and basically German suplexes them in that style from behind. And he also has the Tootsie Pop super kick. He takes a lollipop out from his crotch, puts it in the person's mouth, and super kicks them. Very, very yucky stuff. You can watch any Joey Ryan match and he does basically all of this stuff. There are some standout matches that he does. The one with Carly Perez in particular is one I want to touch upon, because this got very sexual when Carly Perez took the Tootsie Pop and put it up Joey Ryan's butt. My god, was that awful to watch. He's also had actually some really good matches. Watch him and Candice LeRae against the Young Bucks. Really good match there. One of my favorite matches ever, probably. The one that he had against Tessa Blanchard was pretty decent. But you'll find basically the recurring theme and his recurring moveset of all those moves, those very unorthodox moves. And some crazy stuff does happen. In fact, Priscilla Kelly vomited on his dick in a match they just had, which Priscilla Kelly is a whole other topic, because she does some crazy stuff too. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. You might have noticed there was no WWE stuff on here. That's because I want to maybe make a separate video for WWE matches that went sexual. So I feel so weird saying that. I feel like a proper YouTube prankster, you know? Like, I feel like, you know, Prank in the Hood, gone wrong, gone sexual. So I'm going to stop saying that. But if you want me to do one of that WWE, which I really want to do, leave a comment, like the video. And yeah, if you did enjoy, like the video. I just said like the video, why am I saying it again? Subscribe if you are new. Thanks for the support on yesterday's video. It's doing really good, which I wasn't expecting, so thank you so much for that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Follow me on Twitter at TopTenWrestling. My Instagram is at I'mTomBell. You can buy a video message from me for $1 on cameo.com/TopTenWrestling. People are actually buying that from me, and I'm loving it at the moment. Thank you to all the people that bought it. I'm having so much fun doing the cameos. It's great. And yeah, goodbye and keep on rolling.